Can't hear you. That's better, my man.
Can you hear me now?
Can hear you. Right.
Excellent.
There we go. I've got you on the gallery view.
Excellent.
Okay, everyone. Welcome to a new show we've got. I'm here in Scotland. It's 7 a.m. I'm still sleeping. So I'm going to hand you over to my guest this week, Markar over there in California. So, Markar, introduce yourself and then we'll crack on with this show.
Sounds good, man. Markar Sarkisian, live from Los Angeles. It's currently 11 p.m. A little colder than I thought it was going to be, which is why I got this on. But I'm ready to talk some fantasy, and I'm very excited.
Okay, thanks, Markar. We're going to crack on, and we're going to talk about the AFC this week, all the comings and goings, and what we think might happen in the draft. So we'll start with the AFC West, the division of activity. We'll hear your thoughts on what's been going down, and hopefully the guys enjoy the show. Floor's yours, my man.
Thank you very much. Yeah, AFC West, a lot of moves. Everyone making big-time moves, and I like to see that. I like to see teams going for it. So let's start with the Broncos. We can go in alphabetical order. Russell Wilson, that's the big move. Everyone knew they were going to get a quarterback, but who was it going to be? Russell boosts everyone, man. They have three solid receivers. Albert O is the big name. The running backs, they're a little thin behind Williams. Maybe they add one in the draft. But this is a prime time team for fantasy, man. I would definitely want to have a piece of this team. And one thing I'll add is for the draft, they did trade away their first rounder, but they still have a second rounder, 2/3 and 2/4. So they could add some depth.
Oh, yeah.
Especially running back. That's what I think.
Okay. Recently, I sold Albert O. I think we had a little discussion. I think we had a little discussion about that last week. I sent out the bulk offers for second round picks and ended up getting the 205. I'm happy with that. I would have took the 212. So it's what I said in a previous show about sending out bulk offers. You know, if you set yourself on getting the 212, you get the 205. Woohoo! Happy days bonus. Anyway, is that enough about the Broncos for you?
Yep. The one thing I'll add about that Alberto is it's not that he's not a good player. It's just they have three very talented receivers.
Yeah.
Those guys are going to demand targets. So
yeah, we just don't know how the chemistry is going to be.
Yep.
Everyone's thinking Judy. It could be Patrick. It could be Hamler.
Yeah. One thing I'll add for redraft leagues, if you want a late wide receiver, Tim Patrick is the guy, man. Yeah. You can get him probably with your last pick.
Yeah.
Those first two guys gets injured, you have an every week starter.
Yeah, or he might be Russ's main man. We just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll let you crack on. Who are you going on to next?
Let's go with the Chiefs. Big moves. Tyreek Hill. For sure, I think they're going to take a receiver. They have two late first-round picks. They have to take one.
Yeah.
And if any of those top 5, 6, 7 guys fall to them, I could see that player skyrocketing up rookie draft boards.
They'll move up to the 104, 105, possibly even the 103. It could be the first wide receiver taken in our rookie drafts.
Yeah, I could see it. You mentioned Ronald Jones last week. I think he is going to have a very good season.
Yeah.
He's probably goal line back. It's a high-powered offense. I think he's going to have a lot of opportunities to score. CEH, I mean, if he moves to the third down back and the passing down back, he can have some good value.
Yeah.
Because he showed that in college that's the kind of running back he is.
Yeah. He might become the running back that they drafted rather than the running back they tried to turn him into. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. One other thing I'd add is besides the two late firsts, they also have 2 second rounders and 2 third rounders.
Yeah.
So in position to add some depth. Maybe a running back, wide receiver, maybe a eventual successor at tight end. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
Kelsey.
they have the yeah. I mean, he's a beast, but he's getting old.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Yeah, yeah. I'm feeling it in my bones right now.
I have to wear the hat when I go out.
Yeah, same here. That's about it, man. I think their receivers will be fine. Juju is a solid receiver.
Yeah, I'm buying Juju whenever I can.
Yeah, he's very solid receiver. I mean, Kelsey's the number one option on this team. Let's be real with that. But Juju's a very good receiver. MVS, not so much for fantasy, but he'll help Mahomes' value. You know, give him another. Let's see who the rookie is. But I mean, losing Tyreek Hill hurts, but not as much as I think people will think.
No. Okay, so that leaves us the Chargers.
Chargers? The Chargers. My home team.
It's mostly been on defense, isn't it?
Yeah, their defense has been atrocious. So has been their offensive line a little bit. They added some defensive players. It might change the way they play their offense because they were very pass heavy last year. Probably because they knew they had to put up points. Not too many moves on offense. They brought in Gerald Everett.
Yeah. We all expected great things at Seattle, but it never materialized, did it?
Realized they have the 17th pick in the draft. I'm hoping they address offensive line because they have a top tier quarterback, man, and you got to do what you can to protect. Their receivers are good, running backs are good. This is a very solid offense, man. Honestly, I can't say anything bad about the offense except the offensive line. So hopefully they draft someone in the 17th pick, and
maybe one of those running backs in the 4th and the 5th round as well.
Yeah. Some insurance for Eckler, but I love Eckler. That guy's an amazing running back. Amazing running back. And I like that they brought back Mike Williams as well. He was definitely a big part of their offense.
Yeah.
Not much to add on the Chargers besides that.
Okay, now we're on to the Raiders.
The Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders with their brand new, very nice stadium. Obviously, the big move was Devontae Adams. This helps everyone in the offense. It helps Carr. It helps Waller and Hunter Renfrow. They'll probably be single coverage all game. And I think those guys can win one-on-one. Adams takes a little bit of a dip, but not too much.
No.
I don't think so. He's still elite. And Carr, like I said, I think he's a damn good quarterback. And especially want to target late if we're talking redraft leagues. If you want to do streaming quarterback options and stuff, he's the perfect guy.
And reuniting that college connection again.
Yep. The one other thing I'll add about the Raiders, they don't have too many draft picks. So
okay. But they don't use them historically, do they?
No. Yeah. Well,
we've got a first round pick. Who's that guy walking around the college campus? Oh, we'll take him.
Does he run a 4.340? We'll take him.
Yeah. Okay, so we've flown through the AFC West. Which division do you want to talk about now?
Let's go with the AFC East. Let's go with let's go with the Buffalo Bills.
We'll start at the top, yeah.
This team made a lot of free agent signings. Von Miller, O.J. Howard, Duke Johnson, Jamison Crowder. They gave Diggs the big contract. So this team is looking up for a playoff run. They're giving Josh Allen a lot of options. Jamison Crowder is a very good slot guy. O.J. Howard's a good.
Yeah, Crowder's always been a sneaky value.
Yeah.
He'll get 10 points weekly, safe floor almost.
O.J. Howard's a good tight end. Maybe they could run more two tight end lineups. Yeah. Duke Johnson's good running back as well. Can't sleep on him.
Yeah.
And this might be a sneaky team to draft a running back.
Yes.
And that player might be scoring a lot of touchdowns depending on who it is. So
Yeah.
I eye on that. But high-powered offense, good team. This is a playoff team in my opinion. They should be considered. They should be considered a contender, and I would definitely want a piece of this offense.
Yep. I recently did an article ranking the quarterbacks by division, and I had the AFC East coming in third, just behind the West and behind the North. I think the quarterbacks in this division are sneakily better than opinion.
And they're all young.
Yes.
Which is good.
Yes.
Room for improvement.
Okay, fire on.
The next team I had was the Dolphins.
Oh my.
Yeah. They were very busy as well.
Yeah.
I like to see that as well. Obviously, we talked about the Tyreek Hill trade. They also brought Teron Armstead, very good offensive lineman. Raheem Mostert, Cedric Wilson, Chase Edmonds. So they gave two weapons. Tua has everything in front of him now.
But those extra running backs, do you think they're still in the market in the draft, or do you think they're going to go with Mostert and Edmonds?
I think they can definitely grab a guy in the third and fourth round. And with the depth they have with Mostert, Chase Edmonds, they still have 2 or 3 other guys on the roster. They could grab a guy late and let him sit.
Yeah. Certainly not buying shares from Myles Gaskin, put it that way.
Yeah, no, but he's a serviceable back that they can use in a rotation. Not good for fantasy, but yeah. They don't pick until the third round, though, so they might have priorities somewhere else. But I love their receivers.
I'm big. Everyone knows I'm high on Jalen Waddle.
Jalen Waddle, I think, is an amazing talent. Him and Tyreek Hill is very scary. Very scary. And that makes me think of Mike Gesicki might be open underneath.
Oh, yeah?
A lot. Nice safety blanket for Tua.
Yeah.
But I like this team. Solid team. It depends on Tua's progression.
Yes.
And I think he's going to be better.
Yes, big year for Tua. But I think they're putting the faith in him. They're giving him the weapons, as you say. And it's all systems go. Fire up your Tua, whatever his name is.
I just call him Tua because I'm not even going to try the last name.
What's that leave us? The Patriots?
Patriots and Jets. Let's go with the Patriots. They're kind of a boring team, honestly. Yeah. They like to run the ball. They go with 2 running backs. They brought in Devontae Parker, but I've never been too high on the guy. I think he's average. They have a 21st pick, so it's not really high enough to do anything, but maybe they can have a receiver.
Yeah. I've heard that they might be looking at receiver, but also that Bill's been burnt by Harry in the past and he's a bit wary. So
yeah. I won't be surprised if Bill grabs a defensive player. He's always been a defensive-minded coach. Never mind having Brady. The man's always been about defense.
I wouldn't even be surprised if they get another running back in the 4th.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a muddy backfield.
But I do like their running backs.
Always been high on Harris. Always.
Stevenson, too, when he got the opportunity last year, he was a monster. Stevenson, also a guy to keep an eye on in redraft leagues. You can get him late.
Yeah.
If Harris you might have a league winner on your hands.
Best ball.
Yeah, totally. But that's about it for the Patriots. They're kind of a boring team. Run the ball. Mac Jones, good rookie season.
As I said, he's the kind of guy gives you a safe ceiling. He's not going to win you. He's not going to win you any given week, but he's not going to lose you. You're not going into a matchup expecting 25 points. You're expecting that 10 to 15, and he'll give you that. He'll give you 15 points weekly, 250 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 10 yards maybe rushing if he's lucky. Did you see the Pro Bowl when he ran through?
Yeah.
It was a flag and he kept running and running. So that was good. That showed a sense of humour about him. Right, that leaves us just the Jets.
The Jets, What did the Jets do? They added some offensive line help. They brought in CJ Uzomah. Well, I think he's an average tight end, but a good tight end is a good thing for a young quarterback. They have 2 picks in the top 10, pick 4, pick 10. I'm pretty sure they're taking a wide receiver with one of those picks.
I've heard Drake London being mocked there quite a lot.
That would be a good landing spot for him. As a USC fan, I know I've watched a lot of his game. He's good. He's big. He's strong. He's fast. He's a complete receiver.
It's my personal wide receiver one.
Yeah, and he blocks. He blocks. This is important for blocks. They also have 2 seconds. Does
that harm Elijah Moore?
No. They line up right next to each other. Okay. You know, that's a nice 1-2 combo for a young quarterback to have. They have the 10th pick as well. I've seen mock drafts with them grabbing defense, but they have 2 second-round picks as well. One of those seconds is part of that Sam Darnold trade.
Now, part of me, again, last year I was quite high on Michael Carter. Part of me is very concerned that they bring in one of those top 3 running backs. And I love Carter, but I think, should I get out now? Do you know?
I really like Carter.
Yeah.
I like him. I think he's good, especially PPR. And okay, let's say they bring in someone like Isaiah Spiller.
No,
I don't think that hurts Carter that much, because Carter can be the 3rd down back, passing down back. This team's probably going to be coming from behind a lot as well, so he might be getting a lot of playing time.
Yeah, I've got Spiller down as a day 3 guy now.
Yeah. Who knows?
Because 2 months ago, Spiller, Walker, Hall, it was pick your order. Nobody was separated. And then since the combine, they've just went.
Yeah. Yep.
Right, so that's, sorry.
We'll see, but I definitely wide receiver.
Yeah.
They're definitely grabbing one. And I would be interested in that player.
Yeah. So we're going to go on to the north or the south?
Let's go with the AFC. Yeah, let's go with the north.
Oh, we know what we're going to talk about here.
My home division.
Are we going to talk about those Steelers?
Yeah, we could talk about them.
Mitch Trubisky?
You know, this is going to sound blasphemous, but Big Ben was pretty bad last year. So,
yeah.
It's not too,
yeah.
It's more of a sideways move, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, Big Ben had the brain and he understood the offense, but his arm was done. And Mitch has an arm, so that could be good for fantasy. It might not be good for real football, but it might be good for fantasy.
Are we talking? Oh my God, I forgot his name. Jalen Hurts. Are we talking Jalen Hurts bad?
I mean, Jalen Hurts was great for fantasy.
Oh, killing it.
Fantasy, he was good for fantasy. Now, I don't want Trubisky on my fantasy team, but I don't think this hurts Deontay and Chase and Freiermuth and Najee all that much. Okay. Those guys are talented enough to keep their value.
When it comes to the Steelers, I know you're the guy. If we're talking Steelers players, I'm listening to you.
Yeah. Look, Deontay's amazing wide receiver. Chase is a big body guy. Freiermuth, if it wasn't, I mean, Pitts was the messiah last year, but Freiermuth's damn good tight end.
Yeah, I was high on him last year as well. I think that league that we were part of that folded, I was lucky enough to have Pitts and Freiermuth.
Yeah.
Is I've got my tight end position sussed for the 10 years, and bang, it all went, never mind.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. One thing I'll say about the Steelers, every mock draft has them taking Malik Willis.
Yeah?
Yeah, most of the mock drafts have them taking Malik Willis at 20. Ooh. Now, the thing with this is I'll be happy with that, but I think he's going to sit a year.
Yeah. I think whatever he goes, he's sitting for a year. Yeah, I really do. Yeah.
And that's not bad for him. It'll be good for his development. Yeah. If you're looking for, he might be the first quarterback off rookie drafts, so he might not get an instant starter. That's something
I've got him there, 101, 102. Yeah. He's not any league I'm drafting in the first 3 picks. Malik Willis will not be available at 104.
Now, I would absolutely love it if we draft him. But there's another route the Steelers can go as well. They need to improve the offensive line. The offensive line was atrocious last year.
Yeah.
So let's say Malik Willis is gone and they don't like any of the quarterbacks that much. They can go offensive line and then draft a quarterback in the second round and develop that guy. Because I think they got Trubisky knowing that whoever they draft this year, they're going to have to sit.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes. They've made that decision. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think any of these quarterbacks this year are ready to start. I really don't.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be too concerned about the fantasy stats with the guys, but it might be a bad year as a Steeler fan.
Hey,
it's okay.
Unless you're the 1990, the noughties, the tens, unless you're the Patriots for that 30 years, you can't have winning seasons every year, can you?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, Mike Tomlin still hasn't had a losing season, so I can, that's something to talk about. But yeah,
I don't want to scare you, but I don't think Pete Carroll did at Seattle until last year either.
Yeah, Pete's kind of old though.
Right, enough. Ravens?
Ravens. I really like this team. If I wasn't a Steeler fan, I'd probably be a Raven fan. Yeah. No, they're identical to each other, man. They play defense. They like running the ball. They're a tough, hard-nosed team.
I believe they had a look at Melvin Gordon.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing with Baltimore. They didn't make too many free agent moves. I guess it all comes down to how does Rashad Bateman progress into year 2? Promising receiver, Lamar is a stud. I think that guy's a stud. And he has the mentality of a winner. And for this team, it comes down to their 2 running backs, Gus and JK. They lost both of them before the season started last year.
Yeah.
Traditionally, this is a run-heavy team. So if those 2 guys are healthy, this team is going to be a very serious team.
I still like Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
Hollywood Brown, Bateman. I've got quite a few shares of both.
Yeah.
One league I'm
elite.
Oh, Mark Andrews.
Elite.
Yeah.
They have pick 14 in the draft. They don't really have too many holes. So also another team that might grab a receiver. That could be dangerous.
Yeah. Oh.
That could be. But that's about it for the Ravens. Okay. 2 good running backs, solid options. Lamar's a stud. Well-coached team. I will be happy with any of these players.
Okay, so we're going to the Bengals?
Yeah, let's go with the Bengals. I just don't like these teams, man. The Bengals and the Browns, I don't like them, but I got to be honest about it. They added offensive line help. They signed 3 starting offensive linemen in the offseason, so they knew what they were doing. And they brought in Hayden Hurst, sneaky guy.
That is my guy.
Yeah, good tight end. Good tight end. As soon as I saw CJ Uzomah left, I was like, I wanted to see who they brought in. And Hayden Hurst is a good tight end.
Yeah.
You can definitely have.
I was sneakily hoping that Jacksonville would grab Hurst.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
We'll talk about that.
We'll get to them soon.
Yeah.
But since he's also a team like Denver, like I was talking about, with 3 very good receivers.
Oh.
3 very good receivers. And I'd be happy with any one of them. So I'm not sure how much Hayden Hurst will get, but good tight end, good receivers. This is a damn good team. Yeah. I hate this.
We've seen Burrow liked using Uzomah. And he was quite useful in the end zone. So hopefully Hurst might get the same targets down there,
Yeah. Yeah, well, they're a high-powered offense. They'll definitely be putting up points.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, they could line up 3 wide receiver all game long and destroy teams. They really can. And I don't like saying that.
Now we'll go to the elephant room in the Cleveland Browns.
The Cleveland Browns, the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, the big news is they brought in Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Off the field stuff aside, he might get suspended. He might miss a few games here and there. But let's put that aside because that's a whole different discussion. On the field, he's an elite quarterback. He's elite, man.
Yeah,
he's young.
He's in that top 6, top 7 that we talk about, isn't he?
Yeah. Now, he's been out for a season. Might be longer if he gets suspended. So how long does it take for him to get back on a new team with new players? But he's elite. He's elite. They brought in Amari Cooper. Very good wide receiver signing. Yeah. They have some weapons on this team. And Njoku's a good tight end. I think he's a very good tight end, that guy.
Okay.
They have, I think, Harrison Bryant, also a good tight end.
Oh, yeah.
This team likes to run the ball. Traditionally, the Browns are a run-heavy team.
Yeah.
Chubb is a beast. But it depends on who's their quarterback. If Deshaun's suspended for half the season,
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, everyone's in trouble.
Yeah.
Everyone takes a downgrade if Deshaun's suspended. If he's ready to go week 1,
yeah,
that's it.
Just going to interrupt you there. Going back to the running back, I believe Kareem Hunt might be getting cut.
Oh, really?
I'm hearing because it cost them nothing in dead cap almost, and they'll save like $8 million or something.
They had a rookie running back last year who was good.
Dearness Johnson is a guy that I'm looking to maybe pick up sneakily.
Yeah,
but we never know. We might have another year there. But that's just the rumor mill I'm hearing. That's
interesting. They do have depth though. I like Dearness Johnson. He can fill the void. One other thing I'll add for the Browns is because of the Deshaun Watson trade, they don't have first-round picks for the next 3 years. So that might hinder their ability to add some elite weapons for the guy. Because who do they have besides Amari Cooper at receiver?
Donovan Peoples-Jones?
Yeah. Average receiver?
Yeah.
And a bunch of no-names after that. So I would say the Steelers will probably be the worst team in this division, but then there's always the Browns. So
That's brutal. That's brutal.
I gotta get my sorry.
Okay, we'll round it up now. We're finishing off in the AFC South. Is that right?
Yep, the AFC South.
All right. I'm going to hear you badmouth my Jags.
We can go with the Jags first.
Oh my! Shall I put the earplugs in now?
No. It's not as bad as you.
Well,
it was bad, but I like the moves they made. They had the cap room and they had to spend the money. I mean, they over Christian Kirk, but he's on your team now. He's a very good receiver.
The good thing about the Christian Kirk deal is Tyreek Hill and Stephen Diggs are happy as well because they've got bumper pays. Hey, look, Christian Kirk got paid $80 million, blah, blah, blah. I want 120. Ah, shit.
Exactly. Some good agent work. Brought in Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram on a 1-year deal. If it works, you keep him. If not, off you go. Offensive line improvements. I haven't really talked too much defense, but since you're a Jaguars fan, I got to bring it to you. They signed a linebacker, Olukan, I believe is his name.
Yeah.
Tackling machine, this guy. Tackling machine. So for your sake, good signing.
Okay.
Now you guys have number 1 pick. Probably grab that defensive end out of Michigan, right?
I think it's gone that way now. With a lot of talk of Evan Neal, but they're going back to the defensive end, yeah.
And you also have the first pick in the 2nd round, and you can grab whoever falls.
George Pickens.
Yeah. I would get another receiver, honestly.
I've been crying out wide receiver at the 201. I think whether it's George Pickens, whether it's Christian Watson, I'm just trying to think.
Yeah.
Not to keen on David Bell, but we'll see who falls to the 201.
Yeah. I like both your running backs this year. I like them.
Providing the injury is okay, not disaster.
Yeah.
I am all over Travis Etienne.
Healthy.
I'm all over Travis Etienne. All over.
Yeah.
I would take Travis Etienne over anyone in this year's draft.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Easily. And James Robinson might be a guy I would want to trade for in Dynasty.
He's
I
going to
think
get something else.
it was his Achilles, right?
I can't remember, but again,
I
if
think.
You okay?
Yeah. I hear you, mate. I think it was his Achilles, but with modern medicine, you saw with Cam Akers, the guy came back.
Yeah.
Same season and produced. So it might be a guy to trade for in Dynasty. I wouldn't trade up for him, but solid guy to trade for.
I think that's one of the guys where it's what you do, what I call a blanket offers.
Mm-hmm.
If you think you're not going to get a first for him, which is probably doubtful now, you send a blanket offer for that 201, 206 vicinity, But it's a weird one because does he still have first round value? Late first, around that 110, 111, 112. You're not going to take a late second, I don't think. So
no, mid-second, I think.
Yeah, I think maybe I would be firing away. I'd be targeting the league, and I'd probably target everyone from 110 to 206 sort of thing.
Yeah.
Forget the 206, I'm happy. Anything above the 2, I'm living the dream, Right, let's fire through this again. Who's next? Hooster?
I got to ask you one more question about your Jags.
Oh, no.
No, one more question, because it's your team. What do you think about Trevor Lawrence? You think he progresses? Because they got a good coaching staff in there. But what did you see?
Trevor Lawrence. He is what he is. He's the best prospect that's come out for 20 years. He doesn't suddenly become a bad quarterback overnight. Even if the 4 years in Jacksonville are horrid, even if they're an absolute disaster, he will go somewhere new. He will rediscover the Trevor Lawrence we all know. And he might have wasted 4 years of his career, but he is still going to be in that top 10 elite quarterbacks. I have no worries at all about Trevor Lawrence. No worries at all.
Good. I'm happy to hear that.
I've got worries about the Jags front office, but that's another story altogether.
Okay. Shall we move on?
Move along, my man.
All right. Let's go to the Colts. Not too much change on this team besides the quarterback.
Yeah.
I think Matt Ryan for Wentz is definitely an upgrade. I'm sure we can. And they only sent the third rounder for him, which is great. But they owe their first to Philadelphia, so they don't have a first round pick this year.
Oh man, that was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, they shipped off Wentz for 2/3, I think, at the end, and used one of them to bring in Matt Ryan. So they made a good make up for it, but they don't have their first. But this is still a solid team.
Does this hurt John Taylor?
Well, I think this helps him.
Okay.
Matt Ryan's an upgrade, man. Matt Ryan's an upgrade. Who's their third down back? I forget his name, but he's really good too.
Naheem Hines?
Yeah. I think he gets a boost.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about him getting more involved in the offense this year, isn't there?
Yeah. Matt Ryan's a very good quarterback. He'll definitely target him. I like Michael Pittman a lot.
Yeah.
Does Paris Campbell step up? I think
I was going to go into Paris Campbell. If he can stay out the hospital, he could, he's a sneaky little sleeper there, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely a guy I would want to trade for, but not a second, maybe a third rounder, because there's risk there. There's definitely
again, if you're holding him and you don't want to take that risk, that's another prime example where I would say, right, you want to get rid of him, send that blanket offer any second. 201 to 212, 2023 second, a 2024 second. You want off him, somebody will give you that second. Somebody somewhere will give you some.
I might even take 2 third rounders for him, honestly.
Well, that's what I talk about, blanket offering again. If you blanket offered, now if somebody counters with the 2/3, you just ignore it. until you've had all the refusals.
Yeah, I'll let it sit and see if that's the best offer. Okay.
Yeah. And then once you've had all the refusals, then you go back to it. And yeah.
Yep. Question about the Colts. Non-Superflex leagues. Is Jonathan Taylor the number one player?
Is it tight end premium?
No.
Because
Oh,
you know
yeah.
where I'm going with that. Yeah.
Like,
You know I'm going with my man. You know I'm going with my man Kyle Pitts and tight end premium. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor would be the 101 for me.
I think he's a monster. That offensive line is still there. That division's bad. Besides Tennessee, those are water. He's going to be putting up some numbers. And,
going back to Jacksonville, I think they got a run stuffer defensive tackle as well.
Yes, they did.
And in this division, when you've got Derrick Henry and you've got Jonathan Taylor, you are needed to stop the run. So I think that was a sneaky good addition that went almost under the radar.
A good nose tackle goes a long way at stopping the run.
Yeah.
So
that's why Tampa was so good for all those years.
And going back to my Steelers, we've had good nose tackles for 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
They don't get the accolades or the attention, but
or the money.
If you need a nose tackle.
Okay, right. So that leaves us Tennessee and Houston.
Let's go Houston first. Davis Mills. He's the question.
Yeah.
He looked all right last year. He led them to some wins, some unexpected wins.
Yeah.
Not too much help, but let's see.
The big question mark now, though, for me, is now all the other NFL teams have tape of him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How many like Minshew? Remember Minshew?
Yeah.
He came in and he was absolutely fantastic year one.
Yeah.
They got rid of Nick Foles.
Yeah.
It was all a new beginning. Minshew came in and all he did was get sacked. I know you can say offensive line.
Yeah.
All he did was little 10-yard dink and dunks. You know, when a team, when other defenses, coaches click onto that,
Yeah, we'll see about that. The one thing I'll say about Mills is, though, he was a third-round pick, but that was the first pick they had in that draft.
Yeah.
So they knew that they wanted him, and they got him.
Yeah.
But what does he have for help? Rumors are Cooks is getting traded, right?
I think he signed a 2-year deal, 2-year extension.
Okay.
Brandon is a guy I'm big on, and I think he'd be a success anywhere. I was quite worried that he would go to a team and become the third option, but he stayed at Houston for another year or 2-year deal. He's the first option on that team. There isn't really much else.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, Nico Collins, like, that's it. But they have 2 first-round picks. 103.
Brevin Jordan was coming on well at young tight end. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I like him. I like him. Sneaky guy.
Yeah.
I think they get a wide receiver as well at 13. I think at 3 they go defense, but at 13 I think they grab a receiver. This might be a team that takes a running back in the second round.
Oh yeah. I don't even know who they've got as running back anymore.
Yeah, and if they take Breece Hall, I don't know how I like that. I mean, he'll get the opportunity.
If they take Breece Hall, Jacksonville need to go back and get another nose tackle. Breece Hall, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor. Oh man!
Look, I mean, they could very well grab a receiver at 13 and a running back at the beginning of the second round, and give Davis Mills options. They also have 2/3 and 2/4, so this team could definitely add some depth. They're a bad team.
I think in the 3rd and the 4th round, you're still going to get some decent wide receivers.
Oh yeah,
a lot of depth at wide receiver this year.
And running back.
There might not be that elite CeeDee Lamb Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle option. And I'm high on Drake London, but I don't think he's close to that. But I think what this year's rookie wide receiver class does have is immense depth. Immense depth. I mean, I'm probably thinking there's 10 guys going to go in the first two rounds. Yeah.
One thing to add about Houston is maybe they don't get one of the elite guys. They get maybe guy 5 to 10, but they're going to get an opportunity there. And I think that's important for a receiver.
Yeah. It's like Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, exactly. So bad team, but some fantasy options, especially during the draft. Definitely keep an eye on that.
Yep. Right, round it off, finishing it off.
Tennessee Titans.
With a team everyone hates, the Tennessee Titans, yeah.
Not too crazy in free agency. They brought in Austin Hooper and Robert Woods. Good, solid players. Woods replaces the failure that was Julio Jones.
Yep.
They have a late first-round pick, not a second-rounder. Not sure what I could see this team doing in the draft. Maybe they take a receiver. Maybe they take Derrick Henry's long-term successor. Who knows? But this team is a run team. They know where their bread is buttered. It's Derrick Henry. Just line up, give it to him, and Hulk smash.
Yeah. Has he got one more year in him? 2 more years in him?
I think at least he has 1 more year at this level.
Yeah.
I think so.
I hate seeing him run over the Jags every week for 150 yards, but I know it's going to happen. I just know it's going to.
I just love watching the guy play football, man. Honestly, he's a physical beast, and also another thing most people don't realize is they look at his age, but he wasn't a starter the first 2, 3, 4 years. They had DeMarco Murray in front of him.
Yep.
But he doesn't have that much mileage on him, which is why I think he has at least 1 more elite year in him.
God, that's amazing looking back now. And you're thinking almost at the end of your first year, why did I draft Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
How many people drafted him with a high pick and then got rid of him at the end of year 1? Did you?
This guy.
Oh.
I did that. I held on to him in most of the leagues, but 1 or 2 leagues I got rid of him, and I definitely regret it.
Yeah.
One thing I'll add with this team, AJ Brown is a free agent after this season. Now, AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, and Deebo Samuel, they all have the same agent.
Okay.
And they're all going to be free agents after this season. So
Deebo's already started to rock the boat as well, I see.
Yeah. And they all have the same agent. They're all free agents after this year. So they're either getting fat contracts or they're getting traded.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on that. I hope Tennessee doesn't trade them, but if they don't want to pay them, they're not going to have a choice.
Yeah.
And that's not good. But yeah, this team's Derrick Henry, man. Just line them up, smash.
Yeah.
I like AJ Brown. Tannehill's a good quarterback. Tannehill's solid quarterback.
Yeah. You look at his points the last 2 years, he's easily been top 15 both years. Easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And people are selling them for less than a first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm a contender, I want him as my second quarterback in Superflex. I'll be totally okay with that.
I mean, I can see a situation where I'm quite happy to sell one of these guys. Like, I don't know if I can talk one of those elite guys.
I know where you're going. Don't trade those.
I don't mind coming off of one of these middling guys, like Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, Tua. I don't mind trading back from those who have got high value to a Tannehill in another first.
Yeah, that's good
and
value.
With that first, I can get a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, especially if you're a contender. If you're a contender, you can afford to trade for a veteran.
Yeah, and I think getting the rookie quarterback helps you for when the veteran retires. Like even Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's not much, but he's going to give you 2 years. Well, maybe 1 year.
1 year. 1 year.
But if you could trade maybe Tua for Matt Ryan, and get the first. And with
Yeah.
that first round pick, you get Malik Willis, you get
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett, you get
hmm
you get maybe even Desmond Ridder with a second.
You know, that's one of the trades that could benefit both teams as well, because
Yeah,
both teams are getting quality. One's young, one's old, and the pick makes up for the age difference.
yeah.
Since on the quarterback thing, I won't be surprised if Tennessee drafts a quarterback and lets him
Ooh,
sit the hill for a year or two. Maybe not in the first round, but there's guys who could drop to the third. Let him
yeah.
sit for a year, learn the NFL style offense, and have him ready to go.
Okay. Well, I think that just about wraps it up this week. What do you think?
I think that was
Great to hear your views, Markar. I hope the rest of the colleagues enjoyed that. And
yeah,
next week we're going to run through the NFC,
yeah. That sounds good. I hope.
and then hopefully we'll have time to do a quick draft prospects review.
Ooh, I like that. I like that idea.
We'll go through.
The one thing I'll add is Browns and Bengals fans in the league, take it easy on me, guys. This is a rivalry, a friendly rivalry.
Okay, I'll let you go to get some sleep, my friend. It's about midnight there. I'll see what I can do with this video, and I will get the dog a walk.
Sounds good. This was
Okay,
fun.
pleasure, man. I'll
All right.
speak to you soon.
See you,
Peace
man.
out, man. Cheers.
Later.